Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good news again, interest rates are down for the second day in a row. There are multiple lenders cutting rates. I said this would happen yesterday. And this has happened because the swap rate has dropped. The swap rate is the rate that the bigger banks borrow from, or HSBC, NatWest and all these people, they borrow from the bigger banks like JP Morgan and these sorts of companies. And so swap rates are their rate that they get as interest. Those dropped in the last few days, and that was back off the fact that the Bank of England is now expected to drop rates in August. That might change, but we don't really need to worry so much about when the Bank of England drops rates. More so, this is what happens. When they think something's going to happen, the banks get a better rate, we get a better rate, and the mortgage rate that you get has dropped in the last few days. And that's very, very important. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the lenders, 4 of them that have dropped rates. So you can go and check those out. So while you're here, if you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. We bring this news as soon as it comes out. We're one of the fastest channels on YouTube with this kind of information. That's why you want to subscribe. And while you're here, smash like, tickle like. If you think England are going to win, smash like. If you think they're going to lose, smash like. Just do something. Smash that like button. That gets more views. And share this video as well. There's loads of people that are looking to remortgage that are struggling to find a good deal at the moment. This will help them. So make sure you share it with some people. Then you can WhatsApp it, Facebook message or email it to them. So what is going on? Well, as I said, the swap rate. The swap rate is the rate that the bigger banks borrow from, right? So HSBC, NatWest, they borrow from a bigger bank, a bigger bank, right? And so that rate dropped, and that rate dropped recently in the last week down to the fact that UK has got inflation down to 2%. Good news, might come back, but for now it's 2%. And the fact that there's more expectation building that the Bank of England will cut interest rates in August after the election. So that's potentially good news here. And banks are quieter at the moment. There is a low volume of transactions. This is normally a busy time of year, but people are holding off on transactions, on purchases for a number of reasons. Things like the election, which will be done by next week. So that'll be ticked off. Other things are people are just waiting for interest rates to drop, right? And so if the banks can bring that forward sooner, they can maybe get that business moving. Also, some people are waiting for house prices to drop potentially as well. But there's certain people sitting on the sidelines that could buy, that can afford to buy, that if they see one of those 3 things happening, the election finishing, interest rates dropping, or house prices dropping, they'll go into the market. And that's what the banks are trying to do, is stimulate some business and get some transactions going for them. So what lenders are currently cutting rates? Well, these 4 lenders have cut rates, but I bet you more cut rates this week as well. That is the expectation, is that a lot of lenders are going to cut rates, and we're going to have a mini price war for a few weeks again, like we did in January, which was brilliant for everyone. So what's going on? Well, one lender that has cut rates, they put the announcement out. We're waiting to see what the rates are. They're called Empowered. Never heard of them, if I'm honest. I've never used them, but you should go and check them out and just see what their rates are. They're going to be coming out later today. By the time you watch this, maybe they're out already. So Empowered is someone that's done a press release and said, we're dropping our rates today. So go and check them out. Might be a good one. Next is NatWest. So NatWest is dropping rates. Why is this good? I'll tell you why this is good. Is because when we do our mortgage roundup, NatWest is often the cheapest in a lot of categories. They're often best for remortgages, for new purchases, and they've been good for buy-to-let recently as well. So this is good because they were the cheapest and they're cutting rates themselves again. So that means the best rate on the market has improved. So we'll be checking that out tomorrow. But they put a press release out saying, we are dropping our rates by 0.15%. Not loads, but it's good. It's a start. And they were the cheapest, right? So take that into account. Because some people drop. If someone's got a 7% rate and they drop 1%, who cares? It's really expensive. You probably won't want to use them anyway. But when the cheapest on the market drops, that is good for a lot of people. So go and check NatWest out. Now, I know in the comments what's going to happen when I say go and check NatWest out. You're going to say, I've tried NatWest, I bank with them, I can't get a mortgage. It's not showing on their website. That is true. That often happens with NatWest. The best deals you can get with NatWest are through a broker. Any broker. Not my broker, your broker. Find a local broker that deals with the whole market. They can get you a NatWest deal. So that's what I would suggest there. Next is HSBC. So HSBC have said they will be announcing their new rates today, the 26th. Is it 26th? 25th. Tomorrow is their rates. So look for those rate updates tomorrow. I'll do any updates on that. But HSBC is another big lender. Maybe you already borrow from them and you can just switch on to that. So don't switch today, the 25th. Wait till the new rates come out on the 26th. So that is definitely one to keep an eye on. So they have announced new rates from tomorrow. Next is Barclays. There's a bit more detail from Barclays, which is good. Also, interestingly, Barclays have had some really, really good rates. And they've been fighting with NatWest over who's got the best rates recently. And so some weeks Barclays have won, some weeks NatWest have won. So the fact that these two people that have got some of the best rates are fighting over being the cheapest is a win for us. And Barclays have dropped their rates a little bit more. So they gave two examples here. They've got other rate cuts, but these are two examples that they've got. These are probably better for people remortgaging, right? So if you're remortgaging, you'd have 40% equity. So they're 60% loan to value, these loans. 60% loan to value. So if you were purchasing, you're going to need a 40% deposit. So probably not ideal for that. But if you're remortgaging, a lot of people have 40% equity at least in their property. So if you took a 2-year deal, the 2-year deal has gone from 4.98%, that's what it was, down to 4.67%. That's quite a good drop there. And the fees are just, that's an 8.99. So they're not bad. They're not one of these 2%, 3% fees, which you see on some of these big, lower deals you see with like really low rates, but the fees are crazy, right? So they're not like that. That's positive, and that's a good start. So that 2-year deal is 4.67% now. What's the 5-year deal? So the 5-year deal was at 4.41%, and it's dropped to 4.23%, 8.99 on the fees. Interesting to note here that we're not far off a sub 4% mortgage with those guys, which is really good. I got a 3.99 mortgage in January this year, and I think it's realistic that once the Bank of England drops, you could get close to that, right? So do keep looking at it. I don't think you're going to get massive drops in mortgage rates when the Bank of England start doing their stuff. So all in all, good news, good positive news. We've got lenders fighting over our business now. We've got them cutting rates. They're getting money cheaper. We're getting money cheaper. I'm happy with that. And what's interesting, I noted this yesterday. I don't know if anyone noticed, but the banks are trying to give you the better deal on 5 years because they expect rates to drop. And so they want to get you on a 5-year deal if they can. That's what they're trying to get you on. That's interesting to see that nearly all of the lenders now have switched onto a better, significantly better deal on a 5-year deal. And that means that's where they see the market going. If you're looking for a signal that says our rate's going to move down over time, that's a signal, I would say. So let me know what you think in the comments. Have you found any other lenders that have got some cracking rates in this market? Do drop them below. Let me know. Are England actually going to play all right today? What do you think the score is going to be? Do comment below with that. Do smash like, do subscribe. Check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.